Alright, so as promised, my, and I can't believe I'm saying this, 450 followers video. Irene is in fact sitting beside me. Hello, my darlings. I'd like to apologise for the state of my hair. You see, Catherine's on vacation, so she had to do it for me. Why did you choose Irene? I've answered this before, but I think I had 230 followers or something like that when I answered the question, so I'll answer it again. There are two reasons, and I'll try to speed through it. One being that I favor female characters. I'm not like a sexist or anything. I think it's just because I am female. And also because I do want to be an actress. I just favor the characters that I could potentially play, and I would give anything to play Irene Adler in any kind of anything at all. So yeah. Also, Sherlock Holmes is my favorite character, like, ever, and Irene Adler is kind of just a female Sherlock Holmes, so there you go. Also, we're so very similar, which is kind of awful to admit because she could be kind of a bitch sometimes. Yeah, she wants to smack me for saying that, but whatever. But yeah, we're very similar, and we almost have this sort of, like, mother-daughter, big sister, little sister relationship, because I am just kind of like this awkward 18-year-old version of her. I even have an 18-year-old Irene blog, which is a side blog to this one, so whatever. What's my favorite part about playing Irene? I think everything. She just, despite the fact that I picked her because she's very similar to me, I try very hard to make her not a Mary Sue, because I hate Mary Sue characters. I've tried to give her lots of dynamics and all of that, and blah blah blah, I don't know what I'm saying, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. But I just think getting to just be a bitch so shamelessly, because she's a right bitch, she just is, and just being able to unapologetically be so mean and rude to people, and she's such a smart ass. She is. I don't know. What's my favorite headcanon I've come up with? I don't know. I have so many. I spend too much time on here, but whatever, who doesn't? I guess maybe that she is an employee of Jim's. Like, in the show, there's just like that hint at the end where she hired him, but then I couldn't justify her coming back to London after she's supposedly dead. So I created this entire backstory for her where she's Jim's employee, and she was never a client of Jim's. She was just an employee of Jim's, and it was like her job to do the whole Sherlock thing. I don't know. I like that one. Are you aware that you and your muse are flawless? I really hate to shatter this illusion that you've built up. I don't know out of where, but neither of us is flawless at all. We just aren't. Irene is one of the most flawed human beings that has ever existed, and I'm a real-life version of her, so you can only imagine. Why are you so awesome? I don't know. I don't know how to, what? And then I want you to see if you can pronounce my name right. This is from Ree, who's aka Iron Man. I love her to death. Let me tell you a little story. She was actually like the second person to ever interact with this blog ever. And that was back in March. I've only had this blog since March. How crazy is that? I know. But anyway, she's an amazing Tony. Seriously, sometimes I think she is Tony Stark. It's incredible. Rhiannon is how I would pronounce your name. I know it's not Rhiannon. I'm very American, so I may pronounce it that way on accident. It's Rhiannon. Not Welsh, I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. What color underwear am I wearing? And then we have to answer this also. I don't know. It's pink. It's adorable that you think I'm wearing underwear right now. Talk about the research I did into drug use. It was pretty extensive, actually, because a big chunk of Irene's backstory is that she's an ex-junkie and that she turned to drugs for various reasons. And like I said, Irene and I are very similar, and her backstory is, in fact, a very over exaggerated, hyperbolic version of my own life. As scary as that is to say, because you know, her life's not that great. Never been pregnant though. Whether magic or not, that wasn't me. Thank God. Anyway, but I because of my leg, I have struggled with drug use of my own, and it's actually narcotics, which are very similar to heroin. So the more research that I did, the more I found that I could really just kind of once again over exaggerate my own struggles with it, and it was fairly accurate. But I mean, I've also researched how to use heroin, like how to what forms it comes in, the effects that heroin specifically has on the body. More recently, I've researched the effects that it can have with future pregnancies. Like, she had already stopped using for a few years before she got pregnant, but could there be any side effects? And I won't tell you the answer because spoilers. But yeah, needless to say, I have a very, very questionable internet history. My favorite sexual position. I get asked this quite often, actually, which I suppose that technically I'm a sex worker, so it just doesn't really surprise me that much. But me on top, simple as that. Facing this way, facing that way, sideways, doesn't matter to me. I just like being on top of being on charge. Does that surprise you? 5 things I love about myself. I'm beautiful. I'm clever. I'm actually a very good shot. Which, you know, Sebastian was the one that really taught me how to aim, and he's the best shot in London, so does that surprise you? I'm very good at my job. Both of them. Both the dominatrix and the assassin bit. And sometimes I'm really not sure which one I like most, because while I love killing people, I love dominating them as well. Keeping them alive, sometimes on a leash. Just ask Mr. Holmes. So 5 things. Can never keep track. Also a very good singer. And dancer. And well, actor just gets thrown right in there, you know. There's something. Let's see. Do I have a scolding device in which I use? Obviously, darling. You see my riding crop? It's my baby. Well, I suppose technically now. This one's my baby, but my riding crop will always be my first baby. Is blood my go-to option for lipstick? Well, no. See here. There are many different shades of blood. There's fresh blood, which I'm wearing currently. There's thick blood. Sometimes, like, this would be a very thin layer of fresh blood. There's also thick blood, which would be a darker colour, which is kind of my nails, but you can't really tell in this camera. There's old blood, which is nearly black. There's many different shades of blood, so yes, I do suppose that blood would be my go-to option for lipstick. How long it took me to solidify Irene's backstory. Mind you, the past few questions, including this one, have been from Emily, and it's... I think I know why she was asking me this one, and I kind of answered it in the last question a little bit, but without her Sebastian, my Irene would not have the same backstory that she does at all. It really took me... I didn't really even start writing a backstory for her until I started RPing with Emily, and that was, in fact, in March. Yeah, it was. Yeah, because our first thread was while I was in Nevis for spring break on vacation. And I was on Tumblr on the beach, actually. I'm not joking. It was great. But yeah, so, I mean, to solidify it, maybe a month or two is how long it took. Didn't take me very long to come up with it. It's still very pliable. I still sort of change things around. I still add some things. I forget where I was going with that. But, yeah, I mean, it's still not done yet, you know. Still changing and stuff. I'm gonna stop rambling. Top or bottom personal preference. I'm sure most of you are aware that I'm a very lazy person. So, bottom. Yep. My favorite thing about Irene. I mean, I kind of answered this, I think, just... I don't know. She's very intelligent. She really is. I don't know how I fake it, because Ty insists that I'm intelligent. But Irene is certainly more intelligent than I. I don't know. I suppose her intelligence, and more than her intelligence, the way that she uses her intelligence, she's very good at getting what she wants. Sometimes she goes a little too far with it, and she can be kind of selfish sometimes, but for the most part she is in fact a very selfless person. So, I don't know. My OTP for Irene. I don't have one. I don't have OTP. I have MTP, which is many true pairings. I don't know. Sabrine, Jadler, Jadleroni, Irony, Katrine, Shireen, I don't ship Irene Adler. I can tell you that much right now. Jim is just, I think it's because of Kat, mostly. Kat is my canon Jim, and she's a amazing Jim. Seriously, she was my first serious one. She is still my dear, lovely canon Jim. She's the only good consultant. If you're not following her, you're doing everything wrong. Her Jim is a diehard Kinsey 6. He's not anything else to me anymore. And then came along Zoe's Jim, an equally incredible Jim. Also a diehard Kinsey 6. Occasionally he fluctuates. There's that one really awkward Magic Anon where he was attracted to Irene, and both of them were really disturbed by it because Irene will discuss this later per Zoe's request, but and Zoe was the one who said this actually, but their relationship is very much that of reluctant siblings. They do sort of love and care about each other, if you can even call it that. It's very sick and twisted, and I love it, but they are definitely sort of brother and sister, and that's also where like jealousy comes into play and all of that. And this sort of brother-sister thing is just more interesting to play with than a romantic relationship between the two of them would be, in my opinion. What's both of your opinions on this freak who crawls around London and sips too much English tea and eats too much food and is a lazy-ass Nina? I love Nina. What do you think? Nina, I think you're darling. I think you're not nearly as crazy as you make yourself out to be, and I think you're a wonderful girl, and I think that you will go far in whatever you choose to do, and I am Irene Adler, and I get my way, and my way is that you love yourself, so, there. Ooh, I am to give my opinions of all of the tags that Kelsey tracks. This should be interesting. Let me pull those up. As Kelsey, 7 things you love about yourself. Ahaha, fuck you. Once again, I reiterate, or I suppose I reiterate for the first time, I'm a shark, suck my dick, but truthfully, Emily is the shark. 7 things. Damn it, 7 things. Okay, this is gonna be very difficult for me. I like my hair. Not today, it looks kind of awful. My eyebrows are nice. I do like my teeth, even though my smile's crooked. I have small hands. It's something. That's like 3. I'm not counting. Which is cheating, but I don't care because whatever. I can remember dates really well. I don't remember phone numbers when I was little. I used to, but now I have like a cell phone that holds them, that remembers them for me. So technology is poisoning the mind. I also remember names really, really well, and I hate it sometimes because I'm supposed to talk about things I like, because you know it's really awkward and you remember someone's name and they have no idea, like they just don't remember yours. So sometimes I fake that I don't know people's names, even though I do. I'm trying to like look around my room and see if there's like a medal behind me, but I have a very good fashion sense, in my opinion. I don't know. I like the way that I dress. I think I don't actually like my appearance or my body or my face or anything, but I think that maybe even because of that, I'm good at finding things that flatter me. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm moving on. Next question. That was narcissistic and disgusting. Well, the first two, since it's in alphabetical order, are Bohemian Scandal, which is my blog, our blog, I suppose, so that's obvious. The next is Evan Rachel Wood, and she is the face of my darling Kate. Kate, who I would not be here without. Kate is... I'll talk about Kate in a little bit. Irene Adler, obviously I need to keep track of what people are saying about me. Jack O'Connell. Jack O'Connell is... he's what Sebastian looked like when he was younger, and I like to find pictures for the blog that I run the gym. It's a lovely blog. You all should follow it. I'll have Kelsey put a link below. Yeah. Jude Law. Jude Law is the face of Jacob. That man's face should be illegal. Next, Keena. Keena, I suppose, is Kelsey and Nina together, and I think they make a wonderful team. They have a very nice friendship. So, Laura Pulver. Sometimes people mistake me for this woman, beautiful woman, so it's not exactly an insult. But I like to keep tabs on her, because occasionally people wrongly tag pictures of her, or pictures of myself as her. Anyway, Michael Fassbender. He is the face of Sebastian, and that's all I have to say about that. Chad Laroni. Chad Laroni is this lovely alternate universe that I live in with Jacob and Tony, in which we live together, the three of us, and it's brilliant and beautiful and the loveliest thing to have ever existed. Lindsay Fonseca is the face of my younger self. Simple as that. Again, people don't recognise what I looked like as a teen, so occasionally they tag pictures of me with her name. So, and then the girl Irene, which is the blog from my past. It's my younger self's blog. So yeah, I think that's it. Not sure. Yes. One more thing. Not two more. A few last minute requests. Jim, my villain. I wish you would understand that I would do absolutely anything for you. I thought I had proven it in the past. I suppose I should try harder. I'm your reluctant sister. I always will be. Nothing will ever change that. Ever. I still wish you'd called me after the fall. It still terrifies and angers me that you went through all of that by yourself, when I could have helped you. I know that sometimes we have our differences, but you have to understand that I would never try to take him from you. I need to see both of you happy. I don't think you can call what we feel for each other love. I know I've tried many times to convince you that that is in fact what this is, but it's darker than love, it's more twisted, it's sick. But, in a way, it's stronger than love. There is a bond between us, Jim. It is undeniable. And it is stronger than anything else that has ever existed. I don't know. I suppose just know. You are so important to me. Nothing will ever take your place in my heart. Do you understand me? Nothing. So that's all I have to say to you about that. I apologize for everything that she said, as well as everything I said. Do you have anything to add? I suppose I'd like to say goodbye. I know that you're all here for me, not for her, and I know that she is incredibly grateful that you're all here. I would like to thank you for making our lives better ones. I'd like to thank all of you for putting up with me. I want to say this is a very special thank you to Emily, not motherfucking Moran Emily, but the woman's assistant and Helena the Huntress Emily. She's been there for me a lot through a lot of things, and I really don't know why. But I owe her a lot. And once again, if you're not following her, you're doing everything wrong. Yeah. So, I'll put a link to my client list below. Also at the bottom of the client list are people that I stalk. There's really no cute way of saying that I stalk them. Whatever. Okay. Thank you for following me. I really honestly don't know why you do. I don't know. I mean, there are so many Irenes, and it's just incredibly humbling to have so many followers. I didn't really think I was anything that special, but there are more than 450 of you here, so I guess I'm doing something right. Just thank you very much, and I love all of you deeply and forever. And I don't have any morphine to toast you with, but there's a glass of chocolate milk over there, and I'd raise it if I could, but it's over there, and I'm not moving. Stop looking at me like that. But yeah, know that you've made my life a happy one. No, there is no shame in that. Bye-bye.